What is up, you guys? I'm Pamela. Welcome back to the channel. I realized that the lighting and the angle on this video is not the best, but I did just want to film a video in front of my screen posters to kind of change it up. And for the moment, this is what we're working with, so just bear with me. But today we're going to get into who are the top 5 Scream characters who could still be alive. Let's get into it.
Certain rules. Push the laws and you end up dead.
This is the moment when the supposedly dead killer comes back to life.
Not in my movie.
Surprise, Sydney.
He's gone mad.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
A very simple formula.
You want to play psycho killer?
Everybody's a suspect.
No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I think it's gonna go something like this.
So obviously when it comes to the Scream franchise, there are a ton of theories out there, especially regarding which characters could still be alive. We have talked about some of these theories on my channel, but today we're going to get into the top 5 Scream characters who could still be alive. So coming in last place at number 5, we have Charlie Walker from Scream 4. Now, this is a theory that I really was into over a year ago at this point when I first started my channel. These were some of the videos that I started out with here on my channel. There was a theory kind of going around that Charlie was spotted in Scream 6. If you're familiar with my channel, then you know what I'm talking about. The scene in Scream 6 before the bodega scene, when Sam is on the phone with Ghostface. Someone walks by Sam, and at first it really did look like Charlie Walker. This has kind of been debunked. Craven Something Scary here on YouTube did a video where he addressed this theory because it was kind of going wild on YouTube. He screenshotted the character, raised the brightness, and you can kind of see that this is not Charlie. But at the time when I did think this was Charlie, I had a bunch of detailed theories explaining why Charlie could still be alive. And even though I am now kind of torn on this theory, I do think that there is still a good chance that he could still be alive if they chose to go this route one day. There are a ton of clues that point towards this. If you want to check out my past theory videos, I will link them down below for you. We have to remember that Charlie was not shot in the head, and this franchise emphasizes that unless a killer was shot in the head, they can always come back. Now, Charlie was stabbed in the heart, which, you know, chances of surviving that in real life are pretty slim, but we have to remember that this is a movie, and anything is possible. Like I said, this franchise literally makes a point that if a Ghostface is not shot in the head, they can always come back. And Charlie never got his last scare. So that's why I have him in last place on this list, because he is probably the least likely out of all of these, but there is still a chance. Like I said, if you have not seen my past theories on this, definitely go check them out. I'm not gonna quite get into them in this video, but there are some clues that Charlie could still be alive. I will just quickly mention that in Scream 5, in the opening scene, Ghostface says that their name is Charlie.
Just tell her that Charlie called.
And I will do exactly that, Charlie.
And in the same movie, in Scream 5, during Dewey's death scene, Ghostface says, "It's an honor."
It's an honor.
Which is something Charlie said in Scream 4 to Sydney in the cinema club scene.
To our guest, Sidney Prescott, it's an honor.
Those are just some of the many clues that I have in my past theory videos. Definitely go check them out if you're not familiar. I will point out that Rory Culkin himself did say in an interview about a year ago, maybe over a year ago, he said that he does feel like he's done with the franchise. So that kind of makes me think that he won't return. However, I will also point out that this interview with him was before he just recently started doing Scream conventions. He did attend his first Scream convention recently, so who knows, maybe he's changed his mind. Maybe he is now open to returning in the future. But let's move on to number 4. The next Scream character who I believe is most likely to still be alive is Jennifer Jolie from Scream 3. Now, this is a pretty widely believed theory amongst Scream fans. There are a lot of Scream fans out there who think that Jennifer Jolie is still alive. Now, I will point out that in Scream 3, when she's kind of trapped behind that two-way mirror, she does get stabbed by Ghostface, but some people think that Dewey also shot her because Dewey realizes that someone is behind the mirror, so he shoots at all the mirrors that are in the room. But if you pay attention, he shoots at the top of the mirror, so he doesn't actually shoot her. So I do believe that she was only stabbed one time by Ghostface, maybe 2 times, but when it comes to Scream, at least in the new movies, characters survive far worse. Chad, for example, has been stabbed over 20 times, and he's still alive. So Jennifer Jolie was only stabbed 1, maybe 2 times, and she was not shot by Dewey. Dewey aimed his shot at the top of the mirror. And then I do also want to point out in Scream 6, there is a little bit of a Jennifer Jolie reference. In Scream 6, when they arrive at the Shrine Theater, Jennifer Jolie is mentioned. So some people kind of took this as a clue that maybe Jennifer Jolie is still alive. There are also some people out there who think that Jennifer Jolie was secretly Roman's partner. If you don't know, Scream 3 was originally supposed to have 2 Ghostfaces rather than just 1. Roman was the solo Ghostface for Scream 3. However, the movie was shot with 2 killers in mind. It is very clear in many different scenes in Scream 3. In fact, we just did a watch party on my channel, a live watch party, and you can notice that in several scenes there were supposed to be 2 killers. Now, in the original script, this was going to be Angelina Tyler, but some people do think that this was Jennifer Jolie as Roman's partner. One scene that could point towards this is in the basement of the house, Milton's house, when Roman fakes his death, Jennifer Jolie is downstairs, hiding. So if she was hiding down there, how would she not know that Roman faked his death? If Ghostface had actually attacked him and killed him, she would have heard a struggle. So there honestly are some people who expect to see her return to the franchise, especially considering a lot of people expect Scream 7 to mirror Scream 3 in a lot of ways, because we know these new movies have been mirroring the originals. 5 and 1 had a lot of similarities. Same goes for Scream 6 and Scream 2. So a lot of people are speculating that Scream 7 will have a lot of similarities to Scream 3. We know that Jennifer Jolie was in Scream 3, so what if she makes a return in Scream 7? What if she's still alive? So coming in at number 3 for Scream characters who could possibly still be alive is Angelina Tyler. There are a lot of people out there who believe that she's still alive, because I will admit that her death was a little suspicious. She was originally going to be Roman's partner. So what if her death scene was a fake out? What if Roman pretended to kill her? Also, the way that he drags her off screen is a little suspicious. What if she was still alive and just was never revealed in the final act? People have also pointed out that in some kind of Scream 3 DVD booklet type of thing, she was not included in the kill count. I have never seen this myself. I don't have it on DVD, but I have heard this from a bunch of fans that Angelina was not included in the kill count in a Scream 3 DVD booklet. So there are a lot of believers out there that Angelina Tyler is still alive. I personally am not crazy about this theory, just because I'm not a huge fan of Angelina at all. In fact, she's one of my least favorite characters. But as far as Scream characters who are most likely to still be alive, I do think that she's pretty high up there on the list. Now, coming in at number 2 on the list, we have Jill Roberts from Scream 4. I absolutely love Jill. She's in my top 5 favorite ghost faces. The original plan for Jill was that she was going to survive Scream 4. If they had continued with the franchise, back in 2012, shortly after Scream 4 came out, the original plan was that she was going to come back in Scream 5. She was originally going to survive the events of Scream 4. So that alone is kind of why this theory that she's still alive is big amongst Scream fans. She was supposed to survive the events of Scream 4 and go on to college in Scream 5, where she would have gotten away with it in Scream 4, went to college, and had this new ghost face going after her who knew her secret, knew that she was a ghost face in Scream 4. And Emma Roberts has said in a pretty recent interview, maybe a year ago at this point, she said that she feels like she was not done with the Scream franchise and she would love to return. So this is a big theory amongst fans. I am a fan of this theory. I love Jill. I would love to see her come back, and I just hope that it can come true one day. Now, coming in at number 1, you know that we have Stu Macher. The Stu Macher is alive theory is the number 1 theory amongst Scream fans. I am a huge believer of this theory. I have done a ton of videos covering this topic. In fact, I did a really big video called 50 Stu Clues, where I came up with 50 clues that Stu Macher is still alive. Now, this was the original plan for Scream 3. Stu Macher was originally supposed to return in Scream 3, leading this cult of ghost faces. But due to real life events, they decided to scrap this idea. However, this has not stopped fans from believing this theory for almost 3 decades now at this point. And this theory has gained new life with this franchise starting up again with Scream 5. If you're familiar with my channel, then you know all of the clues that we've talked about. There have been a ton of Stu clues in both Scream 5 and Scream 6. I do believe that this has been the plan all along since Scream 5 came out. If you're not familiar with my videos, then please go check out my Stu Macher playlist, my Scream Theories playlist. We have a ton of videos covering this topic. I do think that it's pretty obvious that this is where they are going to go with this story. Now that we have Kevin Williamson back directing Scream 7, as well as the return of Neve Campbell, I do think it's more of a possibility now than ever that Stu is going to return in Scream 7. This was Kevin Williamson's original plan for Scream 3, and now we have him back for Scream 7. So there's no doubt in my mind that this is going to happen. I do think that out of all of the past Scream characters, he is the most likely to still be alive and return in a future Scream movie. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Are you a Stu believer? Do you think that Stu Macher will return in Scream 7? And what do you think about the rest of my list? Let me know down in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. But thank you so much for tuning into another video. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you haven't done so yet. Make sure you turn on all notifications so you don't miss out on future Scream theories or future Scream 7 updates, because as we begin to receive new Scream 7 updates, I will be posting it here to this channel. Thanks so much for tuning into another video, and I'll see you guys next time.